You guys, welcome to the video. It's me, Ciara, aka Ciara in the bonus, and we are here live on Twitch. Make sure you guys drop a follow to the Twitch to pull up to the live stream and be a part of the conversation. You guys can give me music, video recommendations, all that. You can also drop them in the comments if you like, but I will say if you come to the stream and give me your suggestion, I will be able to get to it way faster. That being said, you guys know why we are here today. Now, y'all put me on to Canserbero before. I think the song was Mas something. It was like a Bible verse or something like that. Very good song. That was my first time reacting to Canserbero, and you guys told me a little bit about him in that one, and what y'all also said in the comments was to react to as Épico. So we're finally here. Y'all give me some more recommendations for the Latino music or any other type of music, and I will get to it as soon as I can. That being said, I got the English and Spanish translation of the lyrics over here, so I'll be looking at the lyrics while we listen to this. And let me know if I missed any parts of the song or if any of the lyrics are wrong or whatever. Let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about the song. And hey, y'all hype this one up, so I'm excited to hear what we have going on in this one. Yo, what's good, Chris? Hold on, where's the music? Where's the sound at? Hey, thank you, Chris. Oh, okay, it didn't start yet. I was like, where's the music? Okay, let's see. Just know this guy's a really good writer. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we got a little boom bap. We got a little boom bap production, okay.
Me falta el aire y el corazón tucum, tucum, tucum. Hoy va a correr sangre. Ya sé por dónde se mueve según. Hoy voy a convertirme en un criminal, ya no creo en nadie a menos que me convierta en un muerto. Hoy voy a vengar a mi hermano como le juré a mi padre. Diente por diente, ojo por ojo es esto.
Hey, I wonder, okay, for those Canserbero fans out there, do y'all know if he ever said in an interview who his influences were? Like, who was the rappers that he looked up to that helped make his sound? Like did he listen to Tupac? You know, was he a fan of Biggie? Like, y'all let me know in the comments, because I'm really curious, because when I hear him flowing, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of reminds me of Tupac a little bit. That's the first person that comes to mind, but it could be somebody else. I don't know. Let me go back.
Ya sé por dónde se mueve según. Hoy voy a convertirme en un criminal, ya no creo en nadie a menos que me convierta en un muerto. Hoy voy a vengar a mi hermano como le juré a mi padre. Diente por diente, ojo por ojo es esto. Una bicha prestada porque no soy ampa, pero la rabia que siento no escampa, es tanta que me ahoga. Nunca había huelido droga, pero ahora es necesario para cumplir con lo que el corazón me implora.
Okay, so I don't know if this is a real story based on something he did, or if he's just telling a story, right? But when I'm reading this, he's basically saying that something happened to his brother, either his brother, like his actual brother, or like his friend that a brother, and maybe he got unalived, maybe somebody shot them or something, and he's gonna avenge his brother. So he's gonna spin the block and get his get back for his brother. He's gonna get it back in blood. He said it's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. And he borrowed a gun because he's not a gangster. The rage I feel won't fade. Okay, so that tells me this isn't a guy that portrays himself as like some thug or like tough guy in his music, but he's saying, hold on, I might not be a street dude, but don't push me. Like, I will get my get back. I will spin the block and take an eye for my brother. So that's what it gives. I don't know him in terms of like what his character, like what his music is like, but that's just what I'm getting off of the first lyrics. All right, let's see what else he talk about.
Siento que se me sale el tórax, la moto a 100 por hora, pelo por la bicha y le grito y ahora todo pasa muy chola, en ráfagas descargo a todos esos malandros hasta que ya no escupe la pistola. Y el corazón tucum, 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 y la bala pacao, 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 pacao. Y el corazón tucum, 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 y la bala pacao, pacao, pacao. Ey, Lloro de la rechera mientras en la acera caigo. Escucho una señora que grita que mataron a Carlos. Solo ahí fue cuando sonreí aliviado porque Carlos fue el bastardo que mató a mi hermano.
Okay. Interesting. This guy's storytelling style is so interesting. I don't know if it's because it's in Spanish, but nah, like it's not the language, it's just the way he goes about telling a story. It's so compelling. It's so like he's putting you in the moment of whatever he's describing, right? Because when he's talking about, you know, just the way he's describing stuff, feels like my thorax will pop out, or maybe he's talking about his throat, his I think larynx is a word like that represents throat. So it seems like, so the way he's describing it is like, instead of saying, oh, I was nervous, he's describing physically in things around him at the time, right? So he's saying it feels like my throat's gonna pop out. You know, that's how nervous, you know, your throat gets tight when you get a little nervous or anxious or in a difficult situation. If you've been in that situation, you know what he's talking about. Then he's saying the bike is 62 miles per hour. So specific. So specific. He's painting a picture of what's going on. He said, I pull the gun and shout. It all happened so fast. In verse, I unload on those thugs so the gun won't spit. Okay. The visual picture he's painting, even translating it to English, is so like clear. I mean, I can recognize good storytelling regardless what the language is, and this guy's just clearly like really fucking good at that. So hats off to him. But I'm just digesting the story and like what he's saying, but he's just good at telling stories, man. That's all I can say. I like how he's making these sounds too, in the song about like different shit that's in the environment, right? Like he's talking like the bullets go bang bang bang, then the sirens going wheel wheel wheel, just little small things. Because like a lot of artists aren't comfortable enough or don't have the skill to actually do that. It seems simple, but like a lot of artists don't do it because they just don't have that creativity to paint a picture that way.
Todo es confuso, escucho no veo bien y siento frío, frío, frío. Un tipo gritando el mío, el mío, el mío. Hasta que ya no escuches nada más que un profundo silencio. Profundo silencio. Varios segundos de calma, mi alma al lado de mi cuerpo. Me dije, aún no he ido al más allá.
Wow. Okay. I just noticed what he said. That changed. Situation changed. So he didn't tell us that he got shot. He's just describing he got the person that killed his brother, and then the next line, he doesn't even tell us that he got shot. He just tells us all of a sudden things are confusing. He hears the wheel 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 from the ambulance, right? Then he said, I can't see well and I feel cold, cold, cold. A guy yelling, my homie, 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 till I hear nothing but a profound silence. See how like he painted the picture? Yo, what's good, Cody? How we feeling, my guy? How we feeling? I'm recording a video right now, but I hope you're doing well, bro. So then he says, till I hear nothing but a profound silence, right? So that's him kind of painting a picture, letting us know where he's at, right? We hear the ambulance. We hear the people shouting that, you know, that he feels cold. You hear the guy yelling, my homie. Then all of a sudden it's silent. Then all of a sudden you don't hear anything. Just amazing storytelling skills. Like amazing. Yo, thank you for the biddies, Cody. How we feeling, bro?
Mi alma al lado de mi cuerpo. Me dije, aún no he ido al más allá. Siento un olor a perfume, veo una luz en un túnel, un fuego que me consume. Se empezaba a ver atrás. No dejaré que me abrume el fuego. Seguiré hacia el túnel, pensé, pero seguir no pude porque me alaron para atrás, cayendo en picá. Montañas negras de azufre con un olor a mierda. Cuerpos deformados que
So
sufren.
he's saying he went to hell. Oh. Okay, so this is either him describing a near-death experience or telling like a story from someone else's perspective. So either this actually happened for him and he's describing what happened when maybe he went into a coma, maybe he blacked out and then woke up in the hospital. I don't know what the rest of the story is going to be, but interesting storytelling skills.
Ahí sobre una piedra, un barco viejo con un viejo me esperaban, no me respondían nada, almas el barco golpeaban. Él me llevó donde Canserbero, que dijo no morderme porque le gusta mi nombre de rapero. Si lo ves de esta forma, pude tener suerte irónica en la vida, pero también irónica es la muerte. Me desperté ya sentado sobre un estrado y un jurado de malvados decidiría mi suerte.
He took me to Cerebrus. Who is that? I feel like that's somebody. I feel like that's like y'all let me know. Y'all know who Cerebrus is? Who said he would invite me because he liked my rapper name. If you look at it that way, I was lucky. Life's ironic. Okay, maybe that's like the person that kills you, like maybe like Grim Reaper. Maybe he's saying maybe Cerebrus represents death, and he's saying that death didn't bite him, death didn't claim him. So maybe he's out cold right now and then comes back to life. Song. That's what I'm thinking.
Recuerdo que fui golpeado sobre un estrado y un jurado de malvados decidiría mi suerte. Recuerdo que fui golpeado y trasladado a un sitio en uno de los círculos con un montón de gente. Si lo ves de esta forma, pude tener suerte irónica en la vida, pero también irónica es la muerte. Me desperté ya sentado sobre un estrado y un jurado de malvados decidiría mi suerte. Recuerdo que fui golpeado y trasladado a un sitio en uno de los círculos con un montón de gente. Por vengativo y asesino, te quemarás por siempre, por toda la eternidad como castigo. Vi muchos rostros conocidos y me sentí sorprendido porque no pensé que estuvieran conmigo. Personas que no...
I woke up now sitting at the stand in the evil dream beside my fate. I recall I was knocked out and transferred to one of the circles with a... For being an avenger and a murderer, you will burn forever, all of eternity, as punishment. I saw many faces and I was surprised because I didn't think they'd be there with me. So he's saying when he went to hell, he didn't think he would see some of the people that he saw there.
Recuerdo que fui golpeado y trasladado a un sitio en uno de los círculos con un montón de gente. Por vengativo y asesino, te quemarás por siempre, por toda la eternidad como castigo. Vi muchos rostros conocidos y me sentí sorprendido porque no pensé que estuvieran conmigo. Personas que lucían buenas en el mundo, como el Che Guevara, incluso como Juan Pablo II. Presuntos de la Lama, calcinados Jomao y los difuntos Teferi Maconen y Beethoven juntos. Me asombró mucho saber que estaban aquí.
Wow, okay. So now he's just naming like different figures that are looked at positively either in his world or just by the world, like Dalai Lama, Beethoven, Che Guevara, Guevara. Put some respect on bro's name. Mao, I'm assuming he's saying like Mao Zedong. It says John F. Kennedy. This guy looked familiar, but I think he's just getting across the idea that there's all these people who we would have thought were good that are there, which I think his point is just that we don't know everybody's secrets. We don't know everybody's life or what they did or didn't do, their mistakes or good choices. And I think he's just trying to get across that, hey, just because this is who we're looking at on the surface level, just because they are this figure that's respected, doesn't mean they're a perfect person, doesn't mean they're automatically going to heaven. All that, because people are complex. There's a lot more to people's eye. I think that's the point. And I see he also mentioned Lenin. Oh, I think this is Lenin, John F. Kennedy, Joseph Smith. Yeah, all types of like huge figures and stuff. Okay, I'm following them. Yo, what's good? The Preso Expresso, how we feeling, fam?
Presuntos de la Lama, calcinados Jomao y los difuntos Teferi Maconen y Beethoven juntos. Me asombró mucho saber que estaban aquí. John F. Kennedy, Lenin, Mahoma y Joseph Smith. César y Napoleón salieron de las llamas porque eran la misma persona que ahora es Sultán Obama. No entendían.
Caesar and Napoleon escaped the flames because they were the same person that is now a certain Obama. Hey, talk about it. Hey, Canserbero. Okay. I see. This guy was hip to a lot of stuff. He had to be very well read. He studied, he knew history about not just where he lived, but all over the world. This guy is very smart from what I can tell in the music. I can see he's very fucking smart. So, okay.
Nada, pregunté por Cristo y noté que se burlaban porque nadie lo había visto. Otros dijeron que fue un truco de su iglesia para gobernar el mundo con su majestuosa empresa.
Ooh, interesting.
Porque eran la misma persona que ahora es Sultán Obama. No entendía nada, pregunté por Cristo y noté que se burlaban porque nadie lo había visto. Otros dijeron que fue un truco de su iglesia para gobernar el mundo con su majestuosa empresa.
Wow, okay, so now he's saying that he's wondering where Jesus was, but Jesus was made up by the church to rule the world, to control the world and stuff. I could go into that. I'm not gonna go into it. But what I will say is it is a historical fact that Jesus that we were taught in the Bible, it's not my opinion. Learned this in world religions class in college. Is a fact that the concept of Jesus as God and man was a made up, voted on concept by the Council of Nicaea. So look up the Council of Nicaea, Jesus. Look that up on Google. Search. Tell me what you find. Okay, I've already studied this. So they couldn't vote on if Jesus was a god or a man. So they said, you know what? He's both. And on top of that, the Council of Nicaea is also the group of people that decided what books would go into the Holy Bible. So it was voted on. These things aren't just, oh, this is how it is. It came from God straight like this. No, these people picked and chose which books went into the Bible. They picked and chose how they wanted Jesus to be perceived and what image of Jesus they wanted. Because there's a lot of stories about Jesus out there, books that were written at the same time period that tell a different story, right? That paint him in a little more complicated, layered light that's not as cut and dry as, oh, he's the son of God and he's perfect and da 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 da. Now, if you're interested in that, I would encourage y'all to go down that rabbit hole and learn a little bit about it yourself. It's pretty interesting, but I see that Canserbero was that type of guy to go in and do all that research. So it's interesting to hear someone like put little nuggets of that into their song, just to give people a little bit of something to either talk about, debate, or research. So y'all, this guy is like incredible. He's like, outside of just being a writer, a musician, a rapper, like he has a lot of stuff in his song that make me like, oh, okay, this guy was like hip to a lot of stuff. Like he was smart, not just, oh, like I know who these people are, but I've studied these people and I see how complex they are. Like a Obama, right? Like a who else did he mention? A Gandhi. He mentioned the Dalai Lama. Like these are people that are traditionally looked at in a relatively positive light, but have very complicated things. Like Dalai Lama was racist. Fucking Dalai Lama, if I'm not mistaken, the Dalai Lama got caught doing some weird let's just call a PDF file activity. Let's just leave it at that. And as for Obama, well, number one, he deported the most immigrants in the country. Number two, literally a warmonger, just like every other United States president. And he was just a black face to carry out the agenda that all the other presidents do. So, you know, and we're not gonna go down that route. But the same can be said about all the other people that he mentioned. Very complicated people that is more than just what the average person thinks they are. Yo, what's good, Ian? How we feeling, fam? Welcome on in. How you doing? How was your week? I appreciate you stopping by. We're just checking out this song right now. This guy, you know, he's been saying some interesting stuff. Okay, I'm listening to you, Canserbero. I'm listening.
Porque eran la misma persona que ahora es un tal Obama. No entendía nada, pregunté por Cristo y noté que se burlaban porque nadie lo había visto. Otros dijeron que fue un truco de su iglesia para gobernar el mundo con su majestuosa empresa. Charles Russell y Washington, José de San Martín y Gandhi, Yasser Arafat, Cristóbal Colón, Isabel de Inglaterra transformada en perra desnuda. Su incluso estaban Bolívar y Buda. Son demasiadas dudas, pensamientos vagos.
Nah, not this is the Elizabeth First of England, bruh. Not on the stripper pole. Not Queen Elizabeth on the stripper pole, yo. Okay, he's talking right now. He's going.
Gente buena en el infierno, o es que en algo fueron malos. Por algo estar aquí, aunque no lo acepten, debo hallar ahora una manera de huir de la muerte. Recordé que en la tierra donde había nacido existía una leyenda del diablo con un tal Florentino. Obviamente un cuento, pero inteligente para irme de este infierno. Infierno literalmente.
Ooh, okay. So those of y'all watching, you know, my Latino subscribers, shout out to y'all. Mucho amor. Can you guys explain to me what this story about a man named Florentino is? Is that a Mexican story or is that just like a Latino story? Y'all let me know in the comments. what is the story about Florentino? Y'all can send me a link to the story or something. But I'm just curious. Like he said, there in the country where I was born existed a legend of the devil and a man named Florentino. What is that story? I've never heard that, but I'm curious what it's about. And then he said, obviously just a story, but a brilliant one to get out of this hell. Hell, literally. Oh no. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna keep listening. I don't understand anything he said. It's okay. I'm translating it.
Vociferé durante meses, gente, para irme de este infierno. Infierno literalmente. Vociferé durante meses que podía con el jefe recitando versos entre fuego y heces. Hasta que un día apareció un viejo con traje que me dijo pierde y me llevo a tu padre de homenaje. Qué situación tan complicada en la que me encontraba, pero yo nunca he sido de los que se cagan. Además, había compuesto demasiados versos que más la improvisación harían temblar al universo. Empieza.
Okay, so he's doing a rap off with the. So what is he rapping with the devil to make it out of hell? Is that what he's doing? I mean, we're gonna see in the next verse, but okay. So he's basically said, I spat for months that I could beat the boss reciting verses between fire and feces. So the boss is obviously the devil. Then he said, till one day an old man in a suit appeared and told me, lose, I'm taking your father's homage. I don't get that part. Then he said, what a complicated situation I found myself in, but I've never been the type to piss myself. Besides, I composed too many verses and improvisations that will make the universe shake. So he's saying it's a tough battle, but he's so good at what he does, he should be able to do this just like any other verses he did. So okay, so now the devil's rapping. Wait, is he having a rap battle with the devil? Yo, this is a crazy song. I see why y'all told me to react to this, YouTube. I see why y'all told me to react to this. This is like, I've never listened to a song like this before, but this is very creative. So okay, so it looks like the first person going is the devil. I guess they're gonna rap against each other. Yo, this is insane.
Antes que nada te maldigo. Los versos que más la improvisación harían temblar al universo. Empieza. Antes que nada te maldigo. O hacer que sufras el peor de todos los castigos.
Okay, this is definitely the devil's verse. Okay. Let me run it back. Let me go back.
Hasta que un día apareció un viejo con traje que me dijo pierde y me llevo a tu padre de homenaje. Qué situación tan complicada en la que me encontraba, pero yo nunca he sido de los que se cagan. Además, había compuesto demasiados versos que más la improvisación harían temblar al universo. Empieza. Antes que nada te maldigo, o hacer que sufras el peor de todos los castigos. ¿Cómo te atreves a retarme castellano y en este ritmo tan pobre como el suelo donde te has criado?
Okay. So the devil said, this is insane. The devil said, first of all, I curse you. I will make you suffer the worst of all punishment. How dare you challenge me in Castellano? I don't know what that means, but hold on, let me look that up. Then he said, into this beat as poor as the ground you grew up on. So the devil's saying he's gonna curse him and stuff. Then he's calling the beat trash. He's calling the beat of the song trash in the middle of the song. That's actually kind of fucking hilarious. That's actually kind of fun. Castellano is, what is that? Oh, is he talking about like Castilian Spanish, like Español de España type shit? Is that what he talking about? That's like the original in formal Spanish of Spain. Like is that what he's talking about? Castilian Spain, for the varieties of Spanish spoken in North and Central Spain. Okay, yeah, I have heard that before. I just didn't know the Castellano. I've never seen that word though. Okay, so that's funny. So he disses the beat. The devil disses the beat while he's rapping on it. That's just hilarious to me. I don't know why. That shit's just funny. So he said, and to this beat, how dare you challenge me? And then to this beat on top of that, this beat is just as ass as the ground that you grew up on. So he's dissing the beat and he's dissing where the nigga grew up. Damn. The devil is not going easy on this nigga. Okay. This is like a whole movie. This is a whole movie, bro.
Me llevo a tu padre de homenaje. Qué situación tan complicada en la que me encontraba, pero yo nunca he sido temblar al universo. Empieza. Antes que nada te maldigo, o hacer que sufras el peor de todos los castigos. ¿Cómo te atreves a retarme castellano y en este ritmo tan pobre como el suelo donde te has criado? Con más razón tú deberías avergonzarte, perder un combate con un homo sapiens. Además te explico, se llama Venezuela donde nació este tipo y tú no puedes maldecirme.
Oh, he's from Venezuela. See, my bad. I assumed he was from Mexico because most of my Mexican subscribers recommended him, but okay, shout out to Venezuela. Okay.
Porque ya yo estoy maldito. Eres muy peculiar.
Okay, so he said, with reason you should be ashamed to lose in a combat with the Homo sapien, which is a human. Besides, let me explain. It's called Venezuela, so he's correcting them, saying as poor as the ground you grew up on. He's like, actually, the land I grew up on is called Venezuela. And then he said, you can't curse me because I'm already cursed. Okay, that's a bar. You can't kick me while I'm already down. If I kick myself while I'm down. You can't say nothing about me if my life is already ass.
Y mi deber es explicar que no puedes ganar porque yo lo sé todo. Domino los idiomas, los modos, la historia, incluso sé los más recónditos miedos de tu memoria. Debo aclarar que hay un...
So he says, you're very strange and it's my duty to explain that you can't win because I know all. I am a master of all languages, methods, history, and I even know the deepest fears of your memory.
Factor clave que olvidas, los miedos se van en el momento en que pierdes la vida. Se dice que el amor masacra tus insultos, pero yo te mataré con más odio para ser justo. A mí tú no me...
Ooh, okay. They really going back and forth here. They really duking it out right now with the verses. Okay, this is a crazy rap battle. So he said, I must clarify, there's a key factor you forget. Fears leave at the moment you lose your life. They say love kills your insults, but I'll kill you with even more hatred to be more just. Okay, so he's like, hey, I know love beats you, but nigga, hey, I'm matching your energy and I'm doubling down on the hate just for you. Okay, and of course he's saying he has nothing to fear because he's already dead. So what does he have to lose at this point? Which I'm wondering, what do you have to gain? If you're already dead and you doing a rap battle with the devil, what's the goal? What's your goal here? You're not coming back to life, gang. You're dead. But I don't know. I'm gonna just go with the story.
Engañas, mediocre adversario. ¿Cómo hablar de odio si tu brazo grita lo contrario? Tú le has mentido todo tu seguidor.
Oh, he said, how can you speak of hate when your tattoo says the opposite? So I guess Canserbero had a tattoo that says,
¿Cómo hablar de odio si tu brazo grita lo contrario?
all we need is love. Okay.
Tú le has mentido a todos tus seguidores con múltiples contradicciones en muchas de tus canciones.
Okay, interesting. So let's take what the devil is saying here, right? You have lied to all your followers with multiple contradictions in many of your songs. So this, to me, obviously the devil in this context, in this story, is telling him that, but I look at this as Canserbero kind of breaking himself down in pointing out all of his flaws in his music. He's just doing it in a really fucking creative way, right? He's doing it from the perspective of the devil critiquing him, right, for being a hypocrite. We're all hypocrites in our own way. We are. That's just right. But he's saying something maybe a hater would say or something, right? Oh, how are you gonna have this tattoo in your arm that says all we need is love, but then talk about you willing to pack somebody up and spin the block to avenge your brother that got shot? You know, how can you say that when your tattoo says this? How can you have all these opinions and feelings? You just told me you hate me, you'll kill me with hate, but you said you stand for love. You lying to the people in your music. You know, these are typical things that, you know, if someone's an artist, their contradictions are on full display for us to criticize and have opinions about it, things like that. So he's kind of just using the devil as a voice in the story to talk about all of those things, rather than just saying it straight up like, oh, I lie in my music. You know, it's from his perspective. Imagine Canserbero says, I lie in my music, I'm a walking contradiction, I say one thing and do the other. Like, that would be boring. Okay, let's be real. It would be boring and it's not creative, but this very creative way to go about it. So interesting. We're almost done. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna break down all the lyrics to it. I'm gonna just listen so we can get through this, but I'm okay. I don't know who's winning the rap battle right now. I'm not gonna lie, the devil kind of clocked his teeth with that last bar.
Adversario, ¿cómo hablar de odio si tu brazo grita lo contrario? Tú le has mentido a todos tus seguidores con múltiples contradicciones en muchas de tus canciones. No entiendo entienden nada los humanos. Yo sueño con amor porque sé que en el fondo nosotros amamos. Si canto rabia es para desahogar por dentro, como cuando Cristo echó a los comerciantes de su templo.
Okay, that's a good comeback. That's a good comeback right there. That's a good comeback. So he said, you don't understand humans at all. I dream of love because I know that deep inside we love. That's an important point. That if I sing rage, it is to release it from inside, like when Christ cast out the moneylenders from his temple. I love that point. Very few people make that point. A lot of people use religion to try to police and tell people what to do and how they should or shouldn't express themselves, or, oh, that's not God. Like, God wouldn't be proud of you yelling at this person or being upset or being angry. God wouldn't want these things. People try to do that to minimize the emotions that people can express, right? They're like, oh, you have to move peaceful all the time. This is something that I've always brought up to people who are religious Christian, right? I read the Bible when I was younger by myself. I did my own research as a kid. Certain shit didn't make sense to me. In this story right here with Jesus, if you are Christian or whatever, you all know this story about there was a temple, right? Jesus was walking around. He went to the temple to praise God or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Okay. He pulled up to the temple and he see niggas posted up outside with a shop selling stuff. And he like, hold on. Wait a minute. Who told y'all to set up shop in my father's house? Who told y'all to do that? That's so disrespectful. He started flipping over tables. He was knocking stuff over. He said, get this shit out of here. Get this shit out of here. This is so disrespectful, so disgraceful. He was angry. Why do people never talk about when Jesus was angry? Right? If we're going along with the Christian story that Jesus was put on earth to understand humans' experience, right? So that God could be more forgiving and all that, right? If we're going with that, and that thing that Jesus was passionate about made him so angry that he started flipping stuff over, that should be an example of what acceptable rage looks like. And mind you, I don't think there should be acceptable or unacceptable rage. I don't think we should go around telling people what is acceptable or not. Let's not get into that. But if your leader of your religion did that over something that was right in his opinion, then why is it that when people get upset or have rage over things that aren't right in the world, we tell them, oh no, you got to do it this way. No, you got to do it peacefully. No, you can't ruffle any feathers when you're fighting against something that's not right, right? Like, let's just take an extreme example, right? Let's take slavery. The way people act these days, I'm convinced that if slavery was happening right now and the slaves tried to free themselves, there would be people out there talking about, oh, okay, we know they're enslaving you. We know they're doing all these bad things to you. We know they're throwing your babies out to alligators. We know they're turning your hair into cushions for their chairs. We know they're sexually assaulting y'all. We know they're splitting your families up. We know they're selling your children. But guys, won't you just think about the slave masters, y'all? Why would you try to poison the slave master? That's not the right way to do it. You need to pray to God. That's not the right way to go about it. Y'all gotta be more nice. Yes, they're doing all these things to y'all, but like, come on, y'all. Why don't you do it a little more nice? Why don't you act nicely? Why don't you form a union? Why don't you form a slave union and take it to court? That's what people would say right now. And we're seeing things happening around the world, which I'm not gonna talk about in this video, but we're seeing that in a different way right now in our world. And I think if Canserbero was here, he would talk about those things too, right? So like, I think what Canserbero is getting at here is, hey, like and that's the thing about like people that are creative and just talented writers and stuff, they can get that message across in a very few words, right? Some people are gonna say I'm reaching, but I know for a fact that's the route he's going down. He could make a whole song about that. But I'm just saying, like, it's amazing to me how people will try to weaponize religion against people to control how they act. Who does that serve? That doesn't serve people. That doesn't serve oppressed people. That doesn't serve poor people and people who are taken advantage of at all. It only serves the people in power abusing their power. So we have to ask ourselves, why do we try to control what emotions people express? Why is it that when someone's rageful, it's automatically looked at bad no matter what the reason behind it is? It could be a good ass reason, and there's always gonna be a crowd of people like, okay, but you didn't do it peacefully. Now niggas are moving the goalposts. Current day United States of America, right now, we're seeing it on the college campuses. Students doing what they were told they had the right to do their whole life, peacefully protest. You don't have to agree with them. That is the principle of what this country allegedly stands on. Peaceful protest is allowed. So they peacefully protest, but then you say, oh, well, you can't peacefully protest this way though. Oh, you can't peacefully protest about this particular topic. Right? All of a sudden the First Amendment rights disappear. All of a sudden the freedom of expression disappear. All of a sudden the freedom of press disappears. Because they're arresting journalists too. All of a sudden all these rights disappear, and all these self-righteous people come out the woodwork trying to change the narrative against what we're allowed to have a problem with, what we're allowed to protest, what we're allowed to be rageful about. Like, apparently we're not allowed to have rage about kids around the world getting killed and exploited. Apparently there has to be a textbook correct way to go about expressing your frustration about that. You don't get to be angry about that because you're going to be labeled a terrorist. You don't get to speak out about that because you're going to be labeled a terrorist. You might lose your job. I just hope people see how fraudulent this country is. I hope people see how fraudulent America is. I hope people see how fraudulent all these other big countries are with all these stupid ideas they give about democracy, this or that. It was never that. It was never that. America was never that. These other European countries were never that. That's just what they sell so that they can have a right in their mind to take over other countries and give their democracy to them. That's all it's about. They use the religion the same exact way to go take over another country, another region, put the religion there, and then police the people there with that new religion and keep the people contained with that religion. I said that to say, yeah, but this guy is absolutely right. He's absolutely right. So, I mean, to me, it's like people aren't going to acknowledge the depth of what he's talking about, but at the end of the day, that's what it is.
De nuevo hablando tú de cosas que no sabes, eres un imitador como tu voz, la cual no es tan grave.
So we're in the devil's verse now, we're almost done.
De nuevo hablando tú de cosas que no sabes, eres un imitador como tu voz, la cual no es tan grave. Lo único grave es que te crean.
He said you're a poser like the voice, which is, so this is really interesting. So this is the yeah, basically what I said, like I said, is that you're not a poser like the voice, which isn't really deep. So okay, so the devil is taking shots at all the flaws that he has that people would throw at him. I'm just telling you, man, this is a beautiful deconstruction of himself in just a creative way. Like, I haven't seen anyone quite do it like this. I've seen people talk about themselves in their music, talk about their flaws, talk about what people say about them, but not in this way.
Que no sabes, eres un imitador como tu voz, la cual no es tan grave. Lo único grave es que te crean, pero aunque la mentira tiene patas, tarde o temprano cojea. Me has conmovido ahora que te conozco más, Satanás. No comprendes el arte, tampoco la paz. Mi voz es más, esta es mi voz que Dios me dio de don para tenaz usar la cual daga en tu corazón. ¿Cómo puedes hablar de Dios si eres ateo? En tus ojos lo veo mientras mi candela te consume.
Ooh, he said, you have moved me now that I know you more, saying you don't comprehend art or peace. My voice is bass, plus this is the voice that God gave me to tenaciously use as a dagger in your heart. I like this. I like this because, okay. So what I think he's saying there, I might be reaching, but what I'm kind of getting at here is like, he says, this is the voice that God gave me to tenaciously use as a dagger in your heart. So I think what he's getting at is, hey, I might be, what's the word? I might be, what's the word? Hypocritical in some sense. Like, yeah, I might talk about hate, I might be rageful, but there's still love deep down. I'm leading with love. Even if I do something in rage, it's maybe the only way I'm driven to do that is if it's something I love, someone I love, something I care about, something that's important and meaningful, right? And then on top of that, I think he's also saying that the voice he has, even though it might not be the deepest or whatever, that's what God gave him, and he's using his voice, his skill, his pen as a tool to metaphorically stab the devil in the heart, but he doesn't literally mean that. He means him being a positive influence in his music is like a stab in the heart to the devil, because it goes against what the devil's trying to push, which is hate, 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 hate. What Canserbero is talking about is passion. What he's talking about is love. Even if that love drives you to do some crazy things on the surface level, it's not driven by hate, it's driven by love. Even the negative things is driven by love, right? And then whether or not it's negative is it depends on who you are. It depends on who's looking at the situation, right? Like everyone's not gonna look at, someone's gonna look at an eye for eye as love. Oh, you did this to my family member, I'm gonna do this to your family member. Someone else that doesn't live by that principle is gonna see it as hate. You know what I'm saying? It's so complicated. It depends on who you are and how you look at stuff. Bessie said this really creative, like you said. Yeah, I mean, I see why they told me to react to you, and I'm sorry I took so long to get into it, but it was definitely worth it. It's definitely worth the wait, and y'all gotta tell me what other song from him to react to, because dude, I'm not gonna lie, he might be the best Latino rapper that I've listened to, and I've listened to a lot of them. I listened to a lot for the past 10 years, and he gotta be the best one so far. He gotta be the best one.
Te recuerdo que Dios no existe, eres ateo para tenaz usar la cual daga en tu corazón. ¿Cómo puedes hablar de Dios si eres ateo? En tus ojos lo veo mientras mi candela te consume. Te recuerdo que Dios no existe y lo que viste en aquel túnel no fue más que simples ángeles comunes. Dudar y no creer es algo muy distinto, y si dudo de Dios es porque no lo he visto. Aún así
So he said to doubt and to not believe are two different things, and if I doubt God's existence, it's because I haven't seen him. So that means he's not an atheist. That means he's what's the word? There's a word for when you believe in God. Well, you believe in the idea of God, but you're just not sure. It starts with an A. Do y'all know what word that is? Why is the word missing me right now? I know what word that is. Y'all let me know in the comments. Agnostic. What is agnostic? Atheist is when you don't believe in God at all. Agnostic is when you believe that there might be something there, you're just not too sure. So yeah, he's saying, actually, I'm not atheist, I'm agnostic. That's valid.
En recalcarte lo que contigo aprendí, que reyes sabrán mucho, pero siempre tienes que ir a ti. Y el corazón tucum, 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 y el corazón tucum, 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 y el corazón tucum, 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 tucum.
This is good. Wow. This was good, bro. Hey, shout out to this person that translated it though. What's his name? Tyler Morgan Peace Paul. Yo, shout out to them, because I just got to look at the English and Spanish lyrics side by side, the whole song. Yo, this was crazy. This is crazy. This is probably gonna be the longest reaction to this on the whole YouTube. But I swear, I'm gonna have the best breakdown about this out. This is the best reaction to this song out, because I actually took the time to look at the lyrics and break the lyrics down, and this was a crazy song. This is one of the craziest rap songs I've ever listened to, like in crazy in a good way, like in terms of the guy's skill, ability, I mean storytelling, his creativity is off the charts. Like this dude is incredible. Like I've only listened to 2 of his songs. This is my second one. I thought the first one was crazy. This one might be crazier than the first one I listened to. So I appreciate you guys for recommending this song to me. I don't regret it. Give me more suggestions. Drop a follow to the Twitch. The link's pinned in the comments in the description. Come to the stream. Let me know you're from YouTube so I can give you a warm welcome. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, you guys, we're out.